Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, Rise with Intuitively D. I'm Deanna, and I'm going to be your beginning slash fun-loving intuitive astrologer and tarot card reading today for the Leo full moon that happens on February 12th, 2025 at 5:35 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. I think the last moon cycle, I forgot, I read it wrong and I said 4 p.m., but it was actually 4 a.m. So this time I double checked. Let's just do it. So if you want to know what this full moon means for your rising sign, then definitely stay tuned. I'm going to have the videos, the signs, all timestamped, so you can just click, you can fast forward the introduction, and yeah, just get to what it means for you in your tarot card. So let's chat about the Leo full moon. The Leo full moon is going to happen at 24 degrees and some change. So some astrologers love to look at the degree theory at 24. Some are going to look at 25. And I'm going to look at 24 and 25. But before we get into degree theory, let's talk about Leo. We all know the sign of Leo, right? We know the characteristics, the attributes. So I don't really need to go over them for you. But I do want to let you know that Leo is ruled by the sun. It also rules the solar plexus chakra, a little bit of the heart space. It's the ruler of the 5th house in your natal chart, and the 5th house is creativity, hobbies, romantic affairs, and children. It's also a fixed fire sign, and it really is all about your ego and the self, hence why it's ruled by the sun, your vitality, and just showing up authentically, because the sun doesn't care. It's going to shine whether you like it or not, right? Very Leo. So some themes for this full moon, of course, self-expression, authenticity, leadership, passion, and confidence. You know, I have my handy dandy notes here, else I'll just talk on a tangent. And along with this full moon, so we know that full moons, at least in my practice, full moons are a time for releasing, letting things go. But this moon might be an opportune time to do a little bit of both. Let things go and invite in some new, some setting up some intentions. During the Leo full moon, we have the sun in Aquarius, it's opposite sign. That's how you get a full moon. And then Mercury in Aquarius. So Mercury will be in Aquarius. Of course, Pluto is still in Aquarius, but will not make any aspects to this moon. But you know who is going to make an aspect? Uranus. Uranus in Taurus. And if you're a fixed rising sign or you have big fixed placements, you remember those T-squares that they hit every piece of our chart, our first, our fourth, our seventh, our 10th house. Well, this full moon is going to do similar things. So get ready for some unexpected communication and things to happen. I hope I'm not saying too much, because sometimes that just happens. You know what I'm saying? So Uranus, while this full moon is going on, Uranus will be at 23 degrees of Taurus. Really, the influence is going to be disruptions and breakthroughs and stability, your finances, your self-worth, comfort zone. The full moon, of course, self-expression. So maybe communication, disruptions with how you are able to express yourself, being maybe at your career, your job, because it deals with leadership things. Maybe your boss makes you mad and you're like, this is not it for me. I need to find something else because I think I am worth more. Could be in a partnership. Any of those things can happen. So let's talk about degree theory. So 24 degrees is a Pisces degree. So every degree is attached to a zodiac sign. 24 is attached, 12 and 24 is attached to Pisces, which is a little more, you know, the themes of Pisces, a little more emotional, so much more intuitive. The ending, because it's the 12th house, illusions, fogginess, because it's ruled by Neptune. And then 25 degrees is an Aries degree, so a little more aggressive, a little more sporty, a little bit more go-getter, go after. But it could spark up some anger. So when we are a little more emotional and a little more intuitive, that can bring up some big feelings and some big conversations in the areas of our career, our finances, our relationships. So when we think about this Leo full moon, It's an opportune time to look at where we might have not been feeling our most authentic selves, where we feel like we might be lacking. We might be lacking stability or not emotional, stability in our finances, stability in our career, because we are in this in-between period of figuring out who we are in the world, who we are in our lives. And so I think this Leo full moon is an opportune time to really let go things around not showing up authentically in your life. So if you've been playing tiny in your life, this is a time to really do a ritual, set some intentions around like old behaviors, old thought patterns, old beliefs of how your self-worth, especially if it's like low self-confidence, low self-esteem. This is the moon to really start releasing that. You might have to do it several times because that's just what it is. That's just what it is. So that's just a little introduction of the Leo full moon. If you'd like to stay around for what this means for your rising sign, then of course, stay around because I'm going to start with Aries and move all the way through, giving some insights and pulling a tarot card for you. Alrighty. Hi, Aries and Aries Rising. This full moon in Leo is happening in your 5th house of creativity, romance, and pleasure. Va 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 voom. So sorry. This full moon illuminates your passions, your love life, your artistic pursuits. A creative project might come into fruition, or you can realize you don't really want to be involved in that creative project because it's just not in alignment with who you are. You could get some clarity around romance and personal joy, your joy center. You could get some clarity around your children, and I like fun with your children. With Uranus being in your 2nd house right now, the money, value, self-worth, it could also bring unexpected financial shifts. Maybe your romantic partner gives you some money. Maybe you give your children, you have to loan your children some money, something like that during this Leo full moon. You could realize your self-worth and that how it impacts your joy. So if you've been feeling very lowly about yourself, you start to realize like, oh, that's why I'm not having so much fun because I just don't think I should be having fun. Yeah, you should be having fun. Hello. Yeah, so be mindful of financial risk. It could or could not pay off. Who knows with this Uranus square to the moon, to the sun. So here's a little invitation of what to release, and then I'll pull a card for you. Hello, good Lord. What to release? The fear of fully owning your joy and your pleasure. Let go of self-doubt around your creative expression and your love life. Release old fears of being too much, yes, and not deserving fun. Let's pull a card for you. Queen of Pentacles. You know, Queen of Pentacles has made her money. She knows her worth. She is diligent. She does not take really unnecessary calculated risks with her money, but she is going to use it. She is going to have a good time. And I hate to be that person that's like self-worth and money go hand in hand, but they do. And especially if you're not having fun doing what you do, that could also be a blockage of why you're not making the money. I'm not a psychic, but if this resonates with you, it resonates with you. I think this Leo full moon can bring in new ways of making income, especially when it comes to your creative projects and your joy. So if you've been feeling stagnant in that area of your life, this would be the time to really get some clarity and then move forward so we can live this really abundant Queen of Pentacles lives. I hope this is helpful. All right, Taurus Rising. Hi, how are you? How's it going? This is gonna square if you have any placements around 20 to 26. So if you have any big fixed placements around that, then this is it'll affect you. So this is happening in your 4th house, that house of home, family, your foundations, the mother. So let's talk about it. During this Leo full moon, there could be some insights, some aha moments, some realizations about your home life, the family dynamics, maybe the dynamic with your mother. There could be some aha moment in the sense of your sense of security, especially with Uranus in the first house, as you're coming in to who you are, the last final degrees of Uranus transiting your first house. You may finalize a move, so you really are like, I am gonna move. You have that wake up, that aha moment. You've been thinking about moving. You let go of what everybody's been saying about it, and you're like, I'm signing the lease papers. That can be a thing. Have a deep conversation with your family. You move away, you invite people into your house, but really I think this is about you realizing maybe you don't really care what family thinks. You're just going to do what the hell you want to do, and I love that for you. Uranus in the first house, though, you know, it's your identity, it's your physical self. So you might start realizing like, no, yeah, I don't like this. This is how I want to move forward. This is my most authentic self. And you might have to communicate that to people, and that might be quite shocking to others. But it's really a time to break free from past expectations and redefine your personal identity. I absolutely adore that for you. My son is Taurus Rising, and I think this is how he's feeling in his life right now. And I just really love that for you. So what to release? Attachment to outdated family dynamics or childhood conditioning. And it doesn't matter if you're watching this video at 22 or 72. Lots of us still have that stuff. So let go of the belief that you need to suppress your needs to maintain stability. Let's pull a card for you. I'm actually feeling this one. Ask for the support. Six of Pentacles. This is the second Pentacles card. Ask for the support that you need as you realize who you are. This support might not even be from family. It might be from friends that are family, right? So this is about, I think this is you, but also I think maybe you can also support other people because you're going through it. So this is really about finding the support, letting people offer, you know, if you're moving, offer to buy your pots and pans, offer to do these things. Don't be so stubborn and be like, no, I could do it on my own. Just be very open to support. I love this for you. Perfect. I hope this is helpful, Taurus. Yeah. Perfect. All right, Gemini and Gemini risings. Hi, how are you? You know, life has been kind of wild for y'all and for everyone else, but I feel like every single time I talk to Gemini rising, something is going wonky. So Gemini, this Leo full moon is happening in your third house of communication, learning, your neighborhood, and your siblings. All right. So this Leo full moon can bring up important conversations, writing projects, podcasts, publishing a novel, just publishing things, teaching new things, just some intellectual breakthroughs. You finally get the like aha of leaving the stagnation behind or this lack of self-worth, thinking like your novel won't sell, no one will listen to your podcast. You're finally like, nah, I'm gonna do it anyway because I got good ideas. I'm gonna do it. And I love that. With Uranus in your 12th house, you know, that house of the subconscious and healing, it's gonna bring, it could bring, because you know I'm not a psychic, so it could bring unexpected insights and spiritual awakenings that you might want to write about, right? Third house things. It might have you going on a trip to heal yourself. So I live in Southern California, so I can see Geminis that are there like, I'm going to Joshua Tree to write my novel. I'm going to Sequoia to be surrounded by the trees to really calm myself, ground myself, and then I'll be able to come up with the good ideas. And so I think there's some deep realization that leads to a mindset shift that you have needed for quite a while. If this is about siblings, having the conversation with the siblings, but it's definitely about like releasing these old things, these outdated patterns, letting go of limiting beliefs about your intelligence. I'm not smart enough to write this book. I don't have all the words. All that jargon that you've been telling yourself, that's what the Leo full moon is asking you to release. So really giving you this ability to express yourself more authentically. Yeah, that heals you as well. Let's pull a card for you, Gemini rising. You know, Knight of Cups in reverse speaks to emotional, your wishes not being fulfilled, wishes being delayed. And so there is this, you want to do this thing. Can we get out of this energy of like, my wishes are never going to come true? Because the thing about it is, sometimes we have to see the little things. We have to see the little wishes that came into fruition. Taking stock of where you are now and realizing that you're actually in the manifestation of things that you wished for years ago, right? I think sometimes we get caught up that that's not the vibe, but that is the vibe. So not harping, because this could be Uranus in the 12th house. Nothing ever happens for me good. I'm still working through these BS things. I can't believe I'm still here, but realizing like you are in a place that you wish you would have been in 10 years ago, 12 years ago, 5 months ago, and really appreciating that and knowing that some wishes take a little more time, but if you put the pedal to the metal and get after it, they can come true. I hope this has been helpful for you, Gemini Rising. Let me know in the comments. I would love to hear it. All right, Cancer and Cancer Rising. Hello, how are you? This full moon is happening in your second house of finances, your self-worth, just your security. So this Leo full moon happening there is really shining a light on money matters and your self-worth. If I'm going to be a broken record, how you feel about yourself sometimes is how you feel about the money you deserve as well. So a financial goal may reach completion. So you're like, aha, I finally did it. Or you're sitting there like, how can I reach this financial goal? I've been working on it forever. That can also come up. So you might gain some clarity on what truly makes you feel secure. If you do this, then this will happen. You get some kind of realization, especially with Uranus in the 11th house of hopes, wishes, and dreams, friendships, community. You might realize that you have to dabble in a new community. You have to be open to opportunities with people that you didn't think were necessarily going to be helpful. And that can be kind of scary, but you can do it. So Uranus in the 11th house suggests unexpected shifts in social connections and long-term dreams. Maybe what you thought you were always going to do starts to shift and you're like, can I shift at 48? Can I shift at 65? You absolutely can, okay? So friends may surprise you or an opportunity in your network could shake up your financial plan. So just be very mindful of that. What to release? So the belief that your worth is tied to extreme validation or financial success. So you don't always need the outside validation to know that you're doing what you want to be doing, that you are successful, that you're worthy of making that money. Sometimes you just have to, not sometimes, all the time, you just have to intrinsically know. So let go of scarcity thinking and any fears of shining too brightly. Leo full moon, you gonna shine bright. And I know Cancers have a relationship with Leos, but like, I don't know what to tell you. Ace of Wands. Feeling there are no delays of creative expression, feeling that you might be a little stagnant, no opportunities of creative expression and fun and communion with people. This is telling us that like sometimes you have to seek them out. They are not always going to be dropped on your doorstep. And it doesn't mean you asking just being out there and being super desperate. What it does mean is getting outside of your box, going outside so people can present you with the opportunities. If you're not out there, if you're not socializing, if you're not mingling, how are people going to offer you fun, creative opportunities, any of those fiery, spicy kind of things, right? So get out of your shell, Cancer, crabby, and embody this kind of Leo, I'm out here having a good time. And when I'm out here having a good time, someone will come and offer me the things that I have been desiring. All right. I hope this has been helpful, Cancers. Let me know in the comments. Alrighty, oh Leo Rising, star of this show. As a fellow Leo Rising, I just, I'm trying to not crash out. So much going on. I talk about the 12th house a lot for Leo Risings because we've had this Mars situation going on for such a long time, and I just think like it's highly annoying. It's brought up issues, things that we thought we dealt with a very long time ago, and it's like, no, you did, but hey, one more thing. And you're like, no, not one more thing, okay? But anyway, that being said, I know you've been going through it, probably just like Aquarius. It's been a lot. So here we go. Full moon in the first house. Your identity, your appearance, your personal power. New wig. Just letting you know. New wig for me. Really, a lot of things are changing. So let me not talk about myself like a Leo Rising likes to do. And let's talk about all the other Leo placements out there. So first house, your identity, your appearance, your personal power. It's a powerful moment of self-awareness and recognition. And like I said, things have been changing for you since I want to say probably October, and you're just like, what the heck is going on? And now things are starting to get a little more clear. Still foggy, but a little more clear. You're recognizing the path that you might need to take. Not easy, kind of scary. Not easy and kind of scary. I'm just going to leave that there. You may feel seen, you may feel celebrated or confronted with an identity shift. And I think that if you've been trying to hibernate, as Mars and Cancer will have you doing, you're finally trying to come out of your cocoon, and people are like, hey, hi, how are you? And you're like, oh yeah, I do this thing. I do want to still continue to do this thing, but maybe I'm going to do this thing in a very different way, but it's a little more authentic to me. Uranus in your 10th house during this lunation, the house of career, reputation, and authority, suggests maybe there's some career changes. There could be some changes with the authority, leadership at your job. This could be a change in your public image. So married, single, divorced, telling people you're pregnant, those kind of things could happen already. This could be a fight with your boss, releasing this idea of like, I don't need my boss's validation. I'm sick of this job. I want to go on my own right now. Could be a lot of those things coming up as well. I would just say be very mindful, because when Uranus is in the picture with this Leo full moon, there is some obstacle that comes up that's asking you to make some choices. So I think it's always going to lead you into the direction that you need to be going, but let's be mindful how you get there. So you can receive a career breakthrough or unexpected professional opportunity. I hope it's more professional opportunities where it's like your side hustle. It's something like that. Because the sun is in your 7th house. So the business partnerships, any of those kind of things could be like, let's do this. Let's collaborate. Let's do this. And I love that. What should you release? The need for approval or external validation. And I know like Leos love to be the star of the show. They love to know that people love them, but there is something about knowing that you don't need that to keep persevering and doing what you want to do. You'll be fine if no one thinks you're doing amazing. So let go of old versions of yourself that no longer reflect on who you're becoming. And let's pull a card for me, you, and all of the other Leos placements out there. Let's see. This one that didn't want to come out, but you were here. Ace of Cups in reverse. This idea of like not feeling emotionally, like people are just not there for you emotionally, feeling maybe a little emotionally isolated, and there are not the offers of support that you thought there would be and you would like them to be. This is a blip in time, and I'm telling myself this, I'm telling you this. Sometimes we have to gather ourselves and realize the emotional support that we desire or wanted for people, we're not going to get it. We have to free ourselves of those situations. So then better, brighter, and new opportunities come in. Not very easy. So scary. And sometimes very, very sad. But know that on the other side of that, whether that's work with yourself, like validating your own self, working on your own emotional healing, filling up your own cup, or releasing people who are just draining you, know that eventually this will flip to this, and you'll be very thankful that you let some of those things go. All right, Leo Rising, I hope that has been helpful for you. Hi, Virgo and Virgo Rising. This Leo full moon is happening in your 12th house. You know, that house of rest, spirituality, closure. I usually say endings, but then when I asked for another word for endings, they were like closure. And I was like, you know what? Yeah, that's perfect. Closure. So this Leo full moon, it's a time for deep reflection, of course, healing and letting things go. You may need some rest and some solitude. I think that is like highly likely for you. Maybe you've been running on all cylinders, especially like if you have placements where you're being, where things in Pisces are squaring your Virgo sun. Things in Jupiter might be squaring it as well, and you're just feeling a little like overwhelmed and just frazzled. So Virgo risings, it's really just a time for you to process subconscious emotions. And I know like Virgos are like, what? Emotions? That's wild. But you can do it. I have faith in you. Uranus in your 9th house of beliefs, travel, higher learning could bring up unexpected trips of you wanting to travel somewhere to heal. You want to learn about a new healing modality to help you process the things that have been coming up during this time. So there is this sense of like, no, I'm done with this. How can I actually really be done with this? And I love that for you because you deserve to be free. You deserve to be free. A surprising opportunity to travel or study something new could happen during this Leo full moon. Something to release would be unconscious fears and self-sabotaging patterns, especially since the South Node is now going to hit your Virgo placement, whether that be sitting in your 1st house or hitting your sun or any other Virgo placements you might have. So it is this idea of like letting go, self-sabotaging, over analyzing, overthinking, and fears of moving a little more intuitive, a little more flowy, like Pisces. So let go of the need to control everything and allow space for divine timing, moving more into your Pisces self. And I know that's a hard pill to swallow in here, but I'm going to be saying it for all of the eclipse cycle, for this whole nodal cycle. I'm saying it to myself because where Pisces and Virgo end up in my chart are very like eek. So I'm saying that for you as well. Let's pull a card for this Leo full moon. And this one was like, pull me. I love it. I'm going to cover up her bits. But the world, there is this completion, this ending, this aha, I am over it. And when you have this mentality, this mindset of like, finally, I'm releasing this thing. Finally, I found out how to deal with this thing. The world opens up to you in a way that's so beautiful, so special, so sweet that you could have never imagined it. I love this for you. The World card, the 21st card in the deck, with the eagle, with the bull, with the lion. You know, you have it. The ram, girl. With all of the things that you can possibly, one of the nicest, sweetest, most uplifting cards in the deck, with Leo peeking out, this lion peeking out right here for you, saying like, yeah, we need to be a little more authentic, and we can't really be scared of being our most authentic self. And when we realize that, the world opens up to us in such a beautiful, positive way. It's you needing to close to end that cycle of self-sabotage and fears, the overanalyzing, all of that stuff, and maybe embody just a little bit of the Leo, like, I'm out here, world, this is how I'm living, this is what I'm doing, take it or leave it, but this is how I'm flowing. I hope this has been helpful for you, Virgos. Let me know in the comments. Hello, Libra Rising. How are you faring these days? Hopefully well. This Leo full moon is happening in your 11th house of community, your friendships, your aspirations, hopes, wishes, and dreams is what I usually say. And I love this for you. It is excuse me, a time where social milestones or realizations about your friendships happen, your long-term goals, whether you're releasing them or fine-tuning them. This could be like, let me put myself out here. Let me make myself a priority in my friendships and my long-term goals. Maybe you've been prioritizing other people a little bit too much, and the Leo full moon is like, hey, what do you think you can think about us for once? You may feel hello. You may feel inspired to lead or shift your role in a group, and I really love that for you, Libra Rising. Uranus in your 8th house during this full moon is really asking you to look at, let me rewind. Uranus in your 8th house of shared resources, transformation, and intimacy can bring up some sudden financial changes and shifts, some emotional revelations with a partner you're deeply connected to. Your joint finances, inheritances, investments may undergo some unexpected shifts. And it's scary, but like it's gonna be hopefully for the best. I kind of like that for you. I think you probably are not speaking up for yourself in a way that you should be speaking up for yourself. And this Leo full moon is all about taking center stage and speaking up for yourself. So I think it could give you this energy to be like, let me stand up for myself. And I love that for you. What to release? So friendships or group dynamics that dim your light. Oh, I could talk about that endlessly and forever, but really letting those relationships go. Let go of the fear of standing out. Like, you deserve to shine. You deserve to dance on tables and to have everybody wanting, wishing, inviting you everywhere. And the fear of playing small. Like, stop playing so small to fit in. Like, be who you are. Be flirty. Be indecisive. Just be it. Just kidding. Let's pull a card for you, Libra Rising. Because when you stop playing small, when you stop playing devil's advocate, when you stop making everybody a priority but yourself, that's when stability, financial stability, the money comes in, the prosperity, the abundance. And it doesn't even have to be money. This is Pentacles, so of course it is money, but it could be strong foundations, like just really things that you have been trying to manifest coming into fruition. Whatever Pentacles is to you, if it's not money, it could be the relationships, it can be the friendships, it can be the community, but it starts to all fall together in the best way possible, the way that you've always wanted it to be, and you feel abundant, you feel prosperous, you feel like you are on cloud 9. I love this for you, Libra Rising. Let me know how this works out for you in the comments. Okay, perfect. Oh, Scorpio Rising. Hi, how are you? One of my near and dears, probably because my son sextiles Scorpio, so, and I have Uranus in Scorpio, so my Pluto is conjunct my moon, which is very Scorpio-like as well, so I just love me some Scorpios. So let's talk about this Leo full moon for you happening in your 10th house of career, public life, your achievements, your self-image. I think I said that in public life. Lots of things could happen. Why would I say that? Anything is possible. That's probably why. Career milestone, recognition, a shift in who you are publicly can happen during this full moon. You get sick of your career. You get sick of a relationship. You're like, I'm done. Or you love where your career is at and you get promoted. You love how your relationship is going. You get married, you get engaged. Something like that happens. You get recognized by the leaders at your job. You become a leader at your job because you're just like, yeah, this is where I'm at right now. You've done lots of work on yourself and your self-worth and what you deserve. And the Leo full moon is a combination of like stepping into that newness for you. Uranus in your 7th though, which has been there for quite a while, but you know what? It's going to leave this year. So there's that for you. 7th house of partnerships, contracts, and relationships suggests unexpected shifts in relationship. Maybe you got to move for a job. Maybe because you had to move for a job, a relationship ends. Something like that could be on the forefront for you. Maybe you have to take maternity leave because you're now pregnant. Like, just something happens, you know, something happens in that. So suggest unexpected shifts in your relationships, a sudden commitment, a breakup, business partnership change. And we all know change is scary. And just because things end doesn't mean it is the end. It just opens us up for new beginnings. Okay, I want you to have that in your head. So I think this Leo full moon, if it brings some endings that are unexpected, it's also going to bring in some new beginnings that are also unexpected. And who doesn't love a really good surprise? What to release during this? The pressure to follow rigid career path that no longer resonates with you, no longer excites you. Let go of outdated ambitions or fear of being seen as a leader. I think all of those can play a role with the Scorpios. I think they embody a lot of that. Thinking they need to have a certain type of career even though it's not good, but like you're a fixed sign, so you don't really want to change it, but it's not exciting. You're like, ugh, you know, let go of that outdated ambition. Maybe that's no longer the vibe for you. And maybe you've been scared to be a leader. Sorry, step up, be a leader. We need better, clearly we need better leaders these days. Let's pull a card for you. No, this one is peeking, and I'm going to take it because, you know, the shadow of Scorpio behind the scenes. And it is the card for you. 8 of Cups. Leave it. Let it go. Move on. Scorpio, ruler of the 8th house, the 8th sign of the zodiac. You know what you need to leave behind. You know where you need to move away from. You know. So just do it. Full moon here. Hello. If it ain't emotionally fulfilling, it ain't for you. You know, I can't really say much about that. That is it for you. 8 of Cups, let it go, leave it alone. I even like the little moon face here that's just kind of content with him. Like, yeah, sir, I told you to get the hell out of there a long time ago. Just waiting for you to do it. How many cycles did we need to do it? How many moon cycles have I been waiting for you to get out, to move on, to better, brighter things? Bye. You know, when you leave it, the 9 of Cups is next. Wish it fulfillment. I just want to say that. And then 10 of Cups comes after that. So I'm just going to leave that there for you. Scorpio, let me know what happens, okay? Okay. See you next moon cycle. Alrighty, Sagittarius. Hi, how are you? Sag Rising, Sag Sun, Sag placements. This is happening in your 9th house, the house of travel, higher learning, philosophy, your faith. There's a major shift in your beliefs during this Leo full moon. Maybe some educational things come up, like higher knowledge. Travel plans, you may complete a course, book a significant trip, realize you're ready to book the significant trip or take the course because you're like, yes, this is how I'm moving on. Or just have not a come to Jesus moment, but like a come to Jesus moment. So an intellectual, faith-based breakthrough. Uranus in your 6th house of your health routines, your work habits, could bring sudden changes in your daily life. Maybe you've just been like overwhelmed with life and just kind of fucking fed up, and you're just like, I need a trip. I'm going here. I need to take a course. I need to start leaning into my faith-based practice a little bit because everything is frazzling, okay? So a new job could come up, new shifts in your wellness routine, unexpected responsibilities come up, and you're like trying to figure out how that goes. I think it's just a time to release things that are just like, for you, you know? So what to release? Limiting perspectives or rigid belief systems. I think maybe you've been believing you need to do things a certain type of way, even though Sagittarius is very worldly and has wonderful, beautiful ideas. That Jupiter and Gemini retrograde has maybe like just overwhelmed you in a certain type of way. You're like, nothing is working out for me, or overly frazzled or whatever. So just letting go of that, let go of any fear of expanding beyond your comfort zones. I don't really have to say that to a Sag, so maybe I'm just giving you that extra nudge that you need. Try something new, release try something new. This is a fellow fire sign, so it's going to make a lovely aspect to your sun, your moon, your rising. All right, let's pull a card for you. There's Seven of Wands, really being diligent about fire energy. So diligent about the course or your beliefs, working hard. And, you know, sometimes you have to stick with something. Sagittarius have a tendency to just keep going. New idea, new thing. The Seven of Wands speaks of perseverance and patience, getting things done, working hard. And so I think you are realizing, like, if you put a little more time, a little more effort into something, it can all work out. That you can't continuously keep bouncing from thing to thing to thing. And then being like, why isn't anything really happening? I think this is, let's just see if we can see this one thing through. And I love that for you. Okay, Seven of Pentacles. All right, Sag, let me know how that works out for you. Capricorn Risings. Hi. This Leo full moon is happening in your 8th house of transformation, deep healing, intimate relationships, shared finances. You know, during this Leo full moon, emotional or financial matters related to intimacy, your debts, psychological healing just kind of come full circle. You're just like, you know, because Capricorns and Leos really don't have anything in common. Me saying that as a Capricorn sun and a Leo rising. You may settle financial matters or experience deep inner change. I think this is going to, like, you realize where you might have been self-sabotaging yourself a little bit, that you have not been really authentic with what you really like in your intimate relationships. And that brings in some deep healing for yourself and then transformation in that relationship, whether it's the end or the beginning of something brand new. Uranus in your 5th house of creativity, romance, and children's is unexpected shifts in love, creativity, or parenting. Maybe you're expecting a baby. Maybe you're finally get pregnant after really trying. So there is some kind of breakthrough when you get real with yourself, if that makes sense. You get real with yourself, and then, like, oh, there's a conversation, a realization that happens, that there's a breakthrough. So there could be a surprising romantic development occurring. And I love that for you, Capricorn, because after having Pluto in your 1st house for what seems like forever, this could be it for you. So what to release? Fear of vulnerability and deep emotional connections. Let go of control issues around money, intimacy, and transformation. Knowing that's not the easiest for a Capricorn Saturn-based sign. But let's invite that in. Let's pull a card for you, Capricorn Rising. This is the second time I think Taurus got this. So this idea of asking for help, being vulnerable, and not being, I have all the answers, I don't need any help, I'm going to work it out on my own. 6 of Pentacles talks about people being generous, asking for support, people willing to come in and support you wherever you're at. This could be you finding a business coach, a financial planner, intimacy coach, something like that, that just really helps you become who you want to be and helps your relationships get a little bit stronger. And I absolutely adore this for you, honestly. So let me know how this works out in the comments for you. And see you next moon cycle. Aquarius. I'm not going to sing for you because that would actually be horrific and you'll immediately turn this video off. But let's talk about this Aquarius rising. Hi, this full moon in Leo, 7th house things, relationships, commitments, partnerships with contracts, opposing you, you know, across the way from you. I always think of oppositions as internal struggles. and you having to grapple with something internally, not necessarily a square where there is going to be some like obstacle out there, but more of like you come to some realization on your own. So full moon in the 7th house, there's this turning point in a relationship, a deepening of a commitment, a realizing like maybe you don't want a deeper commitment in this relationship, how you need to get to the deeper commitment, a shift in how you approach your partnerships. Maybe you have to be a little more stable, a little more fun, right? Aquarius and Leos are sister signs, and they are one of the sister signs that you don't really think are super similar, but like they both like being the stars of the show, one for being dramatic and one for being like this out of the box thinker that is never going to think like anybody else, right? So there's that. I'm just going to put that out there for you. You're talking to a Leo rising, 7th house Aquarian. So there's that. Uranus in the 4th house, home, family, and roots can bring unexpected changes in your home life. You realize that your partner wants to move, or you move to a partner, or you break up and each of you guys have to get your own place, something like that. Family moves back in, just something in that area could happen. There's a mood, a shift in your family dynamics, living situation. So I already mentioned that, but there is something really about relationships, partnerships that is going to affect where you live, how you live, who you live with. Just be open to those things transforming. What to release, Aquarians, especially with the sun in your 1st house. It's really just kind of like highlighting what you want, how you want to live. And that might not be cool with everybody. It might affect your relationships. It might affect the people you live with. And that's cool as well. Like, always put yourself first. So what to release? Relationships that don't support your authenticity, right? Let go of people pleasing or sacrificing your individuality for others. Like, don't do that, SHIT, okay? Don't do it. Let's pull a card for you. Once again, Virgo got this as well, the World. You know, while you are, of course, an innovator, an out-of-the-box thinker, sometimes because you are a fixed sign, you stay in a loop that you need to get out of because you don't really like things to change. You speak of change, you speak of newness, you speak of doing things differently. But let's be honest, Aquarius, sometimes you keep doing the same thing because you don't like change. The World to me is like, once you realize those relationships that are not helping you thrive, are not authentic, once you close the loop in them, the World is offered. New things can be shown, a new world, right? This newness that Aquarians always speak of can happen, but they don't happen when you're keeping old things that are not supposed to be in the new world. I'm just going to leave that here for you to think about because that probably was like an aha moment for you anyway. All right, Aquarians, please hello girl, let me cover your goodies. Please let me know how this worked out for you. Love to hear it in the comments. All right, see you next moon cycle. Last but not least, of course, Pisces Rising. All right, Pisces Rising. So here's the thing. This is in your 6th house. Health, work, daily routines. This Leo full moon is going to highlight your well-being, your work-life balance, and your habits. Are you not having enough fun in your daily life, in your work life? Too much work, not enough play, any of those things going on. You may want to complete a work project, change your health routine that's a more fun, more aligned to who you are right now. You perhaps can gain some clarity on how to better structure your day so you can have a little more fun, Leo things, a little more joy, a little more heart-centered. Uranus in the 3rd house, your mindset, your siblings, your communication suggests unexpected news and shifts in thought patterns and spontaneous travel. I actually really like that for you. You have been maybe doing the same old thing in your work-life balance, and then Uranus in the 3rd gets triggered by this full moon. It's like, hey, let's do it like this. Let's try this. Let's do this. And you're like, you know what? Yeah, especially with the North Node in your first house. You're like, let's just go with the flow. Let's just see how this works. And I love that for you. I hope that is a part of this Leo full moon for you. What to release? Burnout, perfectionism. Yeah, absolutely. Especially with Virgo South Node in the seventh house. Like, if you've just been overthinking your business contracts and people you're doing business with and stuff like that, it's just not gonna vibe for you for the long haul. Let go of routines that drain your energy and make space for joyful discipline instead. Yeah, I love that for you. Let's pull a card for you, Pisces. Why do we love the Two of Cups? I think this is more internal and not external. Of course, maybe when you get your health, your work-life balance, you meet a partner, but I think this is more about you coming into balance with yourself. You might have been out of whack for a bit, a bit, and now it's kind of like, oh, yeah, if I start doing this, then this can happen. Just coming into balance with yourself. So the mind and the heart coming together, having a little more joy, a little more fun, and you being on the same page as what you want. If this is about a love situation, then this does mean there could be someone coming in to support you. So like maybe you get a personal trainer, maybe you get a therapist to really help you work through, a dietitian, nutrition, somebody like that comes into support you. So I just really kind of love this for you, honestly. I hope this has been helpful, Pisces. Let me know in the comments if it resonates and how you are going to maybe ritualize this Leo full moon. Okay, so here are my final thoughts. Leo full moon asks you to own your own light, to step into self-confidence, to embrace your creative self-expression. Uranus at 23 degrees shakes up your comfort zone. It's going to bring surprising shifts to you that encourage growth, right? Stay adaptable and trust where the energy leads you. Let me know how this works out for you. Also, let me know one thing that you might be releasing during this Leo full moon. If you like to work with me, astrology, sound bath, yoga, tarot, links are in the description, I think, hopefully. And I already have a Leo full moon sound meditation out that you can vibe with. And I also have a, what am I thinking? Yoga practice, a Leo full moon restorative yoga practice. So I hope to see you somewhere, sometime again. Please like, please share, please subscribe to my channel. And yeah, see you next time. Bye.